I've got a very clever, sneaky project that will allow you to take candy places and they'll think you're drinking something. Today, we're going to make a secret compartment in a Starbucks cup. I'm Jared Glickstein, and you're watching Tech Tuesdays. For this project, you'll need two different sized coffee cups. I'm using a tall and a grande size from Starbucks, but to keep this universal, I'll call these the small cup and the big cup. You'll also need a cup lid to fit over the larger cup, and an insulating sleeve to fit around the larger cup. You'll also need a few tools, including a hot glue gun, an X-Acto knife, and a pencil. And a Sharpie. Glue gun gets heated up. We're going to make a few preparatory steps here. First, take the larger cup, make sure this is the larger cup, and using a pencil, you're going to want to mark a small hole in the side of the cup, and make it a square, and make sure that it's large enough that your candy can fit through it. And then we're going to cut that out. Cut a small square-shaped hole in the bottom of my large cup, and now I'll take the smaller cup, carefully cut out the rim. And this doesn't have to be straight, this will be concealed inside of the larger cup. You won't be able to see this. Okay, now along this seam we're going to carefully undo the cup, and the bottom part might be a little hard to get off. It's okay if you use a scissor to cut that. And we're left with the cup undone like so. Okay. Next, take the smaller cup that you just cut open, fit it inside of this larger cup, clean against the bottom, and you will need to glue the small one together. Notice how this rim is a different shape because they don't fit perfectly inside of each other. Take a Sharpie, mark that rim where they meet, and then glue this together with hot glue. Okay, here's what the cup should look like now. You can see this line that I've made inside, and when you take this out, the line is right there, and it doesn't match up exactly with the seam. Depending on the brand of cup that you're using, this might be the cup may need to be made a little bit larger or a little bit smaller. But we're going to line these up and use hot glue to glue them together. Okay, here's where the coffee sleeve comes into play. Put it onto the larger cup, the one that you cut a hole in earlier, and make sure that it can slide freely and does not obstruct the hole. This sliding motion is key. That's how you will release the candy later. And we're going to measure about an inch. I'll approximate this with a ruler. Put the other cup next to it. Measure about an inch down from the top of the insulating sleeve. Mark it just, with your finger. And then we measure across, and that comes on mine down to the bottom of the syrup line. And from the bottom of that line, I've made two parallel lines going up and down on this cup. And we're going to cut a big tab out coming down. Cut out the slit that we previously marked. And now I'm going to take the sleeve off of the larger cup, put the smaller cup inside, and on the bottom, now we're going to make the hole for the inside cavity. And I'm going to take my pencil here and just trace around the outside. And you want to make these as even as possible. Now we have matching holes in both cups, and now what we're going to do is take this flap, fold it down like so, and place the small cup inside the big cup. And we're going to line up these holes exactly flush with each other, right like that. And going in from the inside of the cup, I'm going to take my pencil and make a mark right here. It's kind of hard to see. Right here, where that fold is, for that slit that we cut out of the smaller cup. And it's important that you keep that slit there, okay? Don't cut that off. Afterwards, you have to decide which way you want to turn the cup to close it. It doesn't matter which way. And turn this. I'm going to go this way. And just keep turning until it's closed. Like that. And now, we're going to once again go into the inside of the cup and take with a pencil and mark on the inside. And we're going to cut a small slit through those two lines, and then once again right above them, so you get a very small thin hole. What we're going to do now is take the bottom and a scrap square from when we cut out the holes in the sides of the cup, and you're going to fold the square over so you get like an L shape. Then, using hot glue, we're going to glue one side of the L shape to the circle. Then we're going to take this and angling this downwards, we put the attachment flap on the opposite side of the square and we angle it downwards so that the candy is directed at the hole over here. Final assembly. First, like we've done before, you put this cup with the flap down in, you push from the bottom and the flap comes out. Make sure this is pushed down nice and tight. And we're going to use hot glue on this flap and use a generous amount of glue. We want to make sure these are sealed together nice and tight. Carefully push this flap down, fit the cup around it, and then push down. And you're going to want to make sure that they seal together. Okay, and the sliding compartment is now fully functional. So I'm going to close this up, and the very last thing to do is put some candy into the top, and then you can open it up and enjoy. I'm Jerry Glickstein, and I'll see you next time on Tech Tuesdays.